Okay, so I want to talk about an experience that I had. I've done numerous pool tables, and an experience that I had with this particular Olhausen. And I wish I had taken a video as I was going through it and trying to figure out what to do. But I'll tell you what I discovered. So if you imagine the rubber being on here and the rail turned up the other way, usually what I do is there's a little gap. There wasn't in the Olhausen with the rubber that they use. It was flat, doesn't really matter. Take a screwdriver, get underneath it, get it started. Peel the rubber like this, rolling it backwards, because that usually gets it to break loose and not damage the rubber, not bust the rubber off. If you try and pull it straight off, slap it off, it busts the rubber in half sometimes, especially if it's old. But not wanting to pull up any of the wood grain. What happens is, as they saw these, if they're sawing it with the grain, sometimes you get thin little pieces that come up. Well, in this one, it was horrible. I mean, it wanted to take hunks out of this rail. And so after one that I ended up actually using some wood filler to fill, and then I had to sand it flat, numerous problems, right? So once I'm looking underneath here for it to do it, and you can see wood sticking to the rubber. Take a screwdriver, get underneath that wood, come back a little more, stop it from continuing on, and then get your heat gun. I know this is a drill, but come on, use your imagination. Get your heat gun and put it right where you're starting to pull the rubber, and just lightly roll the rubber and let it separate itself instead of you yanking it off, giving it a heavy move. So you're just putting pressure on it and letting the heat slowly let it come up. And that took care of my problem. I didn't have any more rails trying to pull the wood apart. And I mean, it was bad. It was really pulling the wood apart. I hope this helps someone.